Let's code with the GPT-4 code interpreter today. I'm logging in. We're going to work on this site called Latterly, latterly.io. And the site has a problem right now, if I'm not mistaken. Let's try this out. I think the database is down. Right. So this error basically means the database is down. In a previous stream, we worked with Claude, and Claude had errors. So we are going to use GPT-4 to fix those and do some even more stuff. Here's the Building Latterly playlist. So this is part, I don't know, 11 or so of a playlist. The last stream was the Claude 2 and Latterly site, so you can check that out. And let's dive in. So you can see the problem. You can see that I don't have Code Interpreter enabled, but I do have GPT-4. So first we come over here to Settings and enable the Code Interpreter. And it's immediately available. I'll refresh just because I'm superstitious, not because I need to. And let's activate it. So I check it like that. Can I use it together with plugins? No. It seems to be Code Interpreter or plugins. So today it's Code Interpreter. So let's go over here. A few things that could be the issue. I'm going to close all these. Open up the open source Latterly repository. This is available on GitHub. It's called Latterly 3. Latterly 3, and I'm not seeing it here anywhere. Let me CD up a level. Yeah. Okay. Well, that eliminates one of the possible issues. One of the possible issues is that I changed computers and I did not bring over my environment variables. So the database connection is facilitated through environment variables. And I work on different computers. So I wouldn't be able to access the database if I instantiated the database connection on one site, on one computer, and then I didn't bring it over to my other computer. That doesn't appear to be the issue in this case because I didn't have this repository on this computer at all. So let's yarn, which will install the app. I think I'm using yarn in this one. Is that right? Oh, actually that's a package lock. So I'm using npm install. Let's add the folder to the workspace. This is called Latterly 3. Here it is. Add. Okay. So then I will npmi instead of yarning it. Kirito is here. Hey, good to see you. Saw you join. I'm going to open up a second terminal sort of eagerly. I like to have one for my dev server and one for what I call Scratch, which is running scripts and Git commands and other things. Okay, so that's getting installed. Let's go ahead and move forward with the Scratch. So we're doing two things at once, basically. One is we want to make sure this script, ooh, the script is not here at all. Because it's in a pull request. Okay, here's the pull request. I just remembered. So I don't want to check out main. I want to fix this branch. So I'm going to copy the branch name. In the previous stream, this is the branch that we pushed, and it is broken. So this is not the database connection. This is a YouTube transcriber. So we want to fix this, and then ideally we do three things if time permits, and time won't permit. So I'm just going to target two things because we're only going to be about 30 minutes in the current stream. Might stream again later today. Definitely going to stream again tomorrow. Follow the channel. Don't miss a thing. Hit the like button. Send it to your friends. Time permitting, within these 30 minutes, we can fix the YouTube transcriber and fix the database connection. I think we can get to those. The third thing is merging the rect application, which is a whole different application. I don't think we'll have time to do this, but let's just see. Maybe the code interpreter can sort of like do it really quickly. Return, it will need to be able to clone. It'll need to be able to clone, basically, and access websites. Return the HTML for, and I don't think this is going to work, for the URL. I'm testing it if the code interpreter can make an HTTP request. I think it won't work because OpenAI was recently complaining about they can't browse URLs because they could return improper HTML. Yeah, so I would need to upload a couple zips. I think I can do that. Let me delete this. We'll start over. Come over here, come over to the code interpreter. And we'll see, I have this plus upload a file. So let's see if I can get a zip folder of these two applications. And then I will quickly ask, so download a zip of rect. Here's the rect zip. I will quickly ask the code interpreter to merge these two projects. I don't expect this to work. But let's give it a chance instead of just ruling it out, right? We're here to test what this bad boy can do. So we have the rect zip. We're going to grab the latterly zip, download the zip for latterly 3. Okay. They're both in the same downloads folder. F5, there it is. Which version of GPT is it? We're using GPT-4. I think it's the May release, May 24th release. Yep. So Code Interpreter is only available with GPT-4. It's not available with the 3.5. Okay, so here I'm going to say, merge these two applications and make the resulting zip available for download. So I'm throwing it into the deep end here. This is not an easy task. If it passes this test, I will be mind blown. Can I add one more? I need to be able to add one more. Let me remove that. I need to be able to add 2 zips. One holding control key. It's not letting me do both. Okay, so let me rephrase this. I am going to ask you to merge 2 applications and make the resulting application available for download as a zip file. The 2 input applications are Blitz.js TypeScript applications. I have attached the first project as a zip. Let me know when you are ready for the second application zip file. Says ready to receive it. So far, so good. Here is the second application zip folder. Let me know if you have any questions that I can answer to facilitate merging. Kirito says, hey, tried signing up for Latterly, but I got an error. That's right. You're right. The database is down right now. And if we have time, we will fix it in today's stream. Thanks for trying to sign up. I appreciate it. You should be able to get to the Discord right now, though. Great. Now that I have both zip files, I'll start by unzipping both and reviewing the file structures to identify merge conflicts. It is doing the right thing. Okay, let's not get too excited because it's at least pursuing the right logical course of action. We'll see if it can actually execute the technical steps associated with that logical course of action, because we have seen many cases where an LLM gets the idea right, but then when it comes into technical implementation of that idea, it just totally fumbles on something like syntax or something basic like that. In order to effectively merge these projects, I need some additional information. How do you want the two applications to be combined? Should they be two separate directories in a new parent directory, or should they be merged at the file level? Good. Sauceputter is on LinkedIn. Hey, thanks for being here. Good to see you. We'll do these one at a time. Does that make sense? If so, we can move on to the next question. Good to see you, long time. I've been well. Thanks for asking. Thanks for the follows, y'all. Hey, quick reminder, if you're on TikTok, you can go to YouTube. The link is in my bio, and you can see the full screen. GPT-4 says, yes, that makes sense. You want the Rect main application to be merged into the Laterally 3 application with a focus on merging the Prisma schema files. This is likely the schema.prisma. Yeah, assuming a standard Blitz project structure. If they are to be merged at the file level, how should conflicts be resolved? For example, if both applications have a schema.prisma file, should one take precedence over the other? Or do you want to merge the content of these files in some way? I would like to merge the content of the schema files. The projects do use a standard blitz.js project structure. Begin with the Laterally 3 schema file and append model statements for models that exist in the Rect schema file. For the user object, for the user model, merge the two application models to create a supermodel and a supermodel containing a superset of the associated properties. For other conflicts, let me know about them, and I will decide. Let me know about them, and we can handle them on a case-by-case basis. Farsight says, how is this compared to Bard? Last time I checked, this was better, but I haven't used Bard in a while. All right, so it's thinking through the problem correctly. It's db/schema.prisma. Okay, it found him. Okay, so it's thinking through the process correctly, but it's really slow, basically. If it's going to ask me on a file by file basis to reconcile these issues, that is not what I'm after. How does this affect LeBron's legacy? Hey, Ice Cube has the 3v3, right? I want to see LeBron in the 3v3. But yeah, if LeBron wants to code, tell him hit me up. Or his kids, if it's about his legacy, right? For sure, LeBron's grandkids are going to need to code, right? There's no way around it. At some point, we're all going to learn to code. So tell him hit me up. I am going to butcher your name, so I apologize in advance. Prajapati. What plugin I'm using is called the Code Interpreter. Let's see. Yeah, that's right. It's called the Code Interpreter. And technically, it is not a plugin. It is an entirely different model. So I think we're going to pause the merging work with this partial merge, so that we can merge the schema files, which is a big deal, by the way. Arguably, the schema file is one of the core aspects of the entire application. However, there's a bunch of other things to be merged. Basically, all of the front-end code. And I don't want to spend too much time on that. So we can do that in a future stream. For these conflicting properties, we have to decide how to resolve the conflicts, as you mentioned earlier, on a case-by-case basis. Review and let me know how you'd like to proceed. Okay, here the summaries. User model in both schemas have been successfully extracted. Common properties exist in both schemas. Unique properties, these are not conflicted. Conflicting properties exist in both schemas but have different definitions. Ooh. Okay. It's telling me these have different definitions, although I really don't think so. So let me Command F, Command V. Yeah, no, it definitely should be a date time in both cases. So I'm going to end Shift Home, Command X, Command Z, Command Shift F, Command V. And I want it to tell me about the rect DB schema also. The spacing might throw it off, so I'll Control P, schema. You can see I have a bunch of these, and then I'll pick out the one from the drop-down that says rect. What project is he working on? I am merging two Blitz applications currently. And so here, if I look at updated at, I can see that it's using the updated at annotated value in both cases. So I think the code compiler is thrown off by spacing differences, because I believe they are both using these things. And auto increment, default auto increment, default auto increment, yeah. I believe ID created at and more are equivalent between the models. Make sure you are ignoring white space differences. What other, and then I can specify for the token that, I think the token really does have a different token array. And then here's tokens. They're both token array. Let's say, what differences remain after ignoring white space variation? Cool. And so the website that we're working on, y'all, is Latterly. Normally, I would tell you to go sign up there right now, but the database is down. You can still go there, but you're not going to be able to log in. So feel free to go here. Let's see. What can you do? Can you still book a call? You can still book a call with me if you want to book a call with me. Can you still subscribe? You can still subscribe if you want to, although you won't be able to use it until I fix it later today. So the database is down, but we're trying to fix that. But we're doing this thing before we fix the database. After normalizing white space, there are no remaining conflicts. We can proceed with creating the merged model. Provide the merged Prisma schema file. Do you have free access? Yep. Yeah, Latterly has you can see there's free, and then there's pay what you want, as little as $1 a month, and then there is premium. And low key, there is another one if you are a corporate sponsor, if you have like a whole business, if you can do $5,000 a month or more, please send me a direct message and there's potential business partnership. But for your typical user, these are the three. What framework are we working with? The answer is Blitz.js, which is a wrapper around Next.js. Here's this, blitzjs.com. The missing full stack toolkit for Next.js. And then the UI rendering library, of course, would be React in that stack. And I highly recommend, if you want to break into tech, learn React. Highly recommend it. Okay, it seems like the code interpreter is doing a fantastic job. If I have any complaint, it is that it is asking me to micromanage it, which is not ideal. I would like it to sort of make some assumptions and go off and try. But bro, is it killing it? Look at this. It knows we want Postgres. It's persisting the environment variable. Here's the model super user. Subscription change, which is coming from Latterly. And then we have quizzes. Do we have quizzes? Quiz results, which is coming from Rect. So effectively, it's merged it. So in the past, I have a tool called Rect, which lets you take quizzes, and then you can pass them, and it tells you if you're basically ready for a coding job. But there's no way to purchase anything. And I need to have that so that I can have a sustainable business model. And one of the things that I'd like you to be able to purchase is a certification that says, hey, not only did you pass, but now you have a public profile that you can put on your resume that proves to employers that you passed. So it's like a third-party verification thing. Lots of people do this. And so to accomplish that feature set, I want to merge these two applications. And so this is making my life a lot easier. It got the whole model file out. Look at that. It gave me the whole merged zip. And I love to see it. But I'm just going to snag this singular model file. So we'll copy that. Here we are in Rect. We don't want to go into here. We want to paste it into this. And now I will look at the diff. So here's, by the way, what changed in the package lock? Okay, I guess a bunch of deps weren't in there. That's fine. So we finished installing. We can blitz dev major version of npm available. Yeah, that works. I think it's because I'm using a different version of Node on my different machines. So let's look at this diff. Here's the user. It kind of sorted things strangely. I actually need to go through this with a very careful eye, because this is the sort of thing where if GPT missed one line, I can severely negatively impact the application. Weo says, I do all my work with Laravel. Do you think it'd be easy to pick up this framework? The answer is yes. Laravel's great, by the way. I always joke about PHP. I'm not a fan of PHP, but if you're going to do PHP, use Laravel. And yes, it translates over to Blitz fantastically well. When you try it out, you may or may not agree, but I can just tell you, in TypeScript world, there is no closer match to Laravel than Blitz. It is the closest match because they both use CLI code generation tools, and they both follow the MVC pattern, and they both do a lot of really similar stuff. So I don't ever like to use the word easy. You said, do you think it'd be easy? I don't like to use the word easy, but I will tell you that Blitz is the closest match to Laravel that exists in TypeScript world. Personally, love PHP. Hey, you know what? We all have our preferences. How old are you and where did you go to school? I'm 33 and I went to school at a couple universities, including the University of Houston, and I did my PhD at George Mason University in Virginia. Thanks for all the follows, y'all. Quick reminder, you can go to YouTube. The link is in my bio, and you can see the full screen. So what I'm going to do, it's laborious, but I have to check it one by one. ID. We're going one property at a time. There it is. UUID persisted. So one thing that bugs me is that the sorting is strange. So let me just ask it to rewrite the model file, and it says Kotlin, but it's not. It's Prisma DSL. Rewrite the model file with properties in alphabetical order. I'm giving the code interpreter so far a win, even though it's, like I said, a little bit laborious, but it seems to be doing the right thing. Created at is there, updated at is over here. We're maintained, we're using the right values. It really kind of bugs me that I have to check all this stuff. It kind of attenuates and nukes the productivity gains, right? Strike customer ID is not lost. Sessions, where are my sessions at? Here are sessions. User checklists are a critical feature. So if you sign up for a Latterly account, you will get these checklists of step-by-step what to do to land your programming role. You're going to learn HTML, CSS, JavaScript, React, social networking, joining the community, getting certifications, LinkedIn profile, resume, portfolio. Portfolio for free on GitHub, free hosted. All of these steps, step-by-step guidance in the free checklist, and even more stuff if you want to pay as little as $1 a month for the advanced checklist, even more stuff. You can learn it all for free in capital letters. That's absolutely right. I don't know if you were just plus one-ing what I was saying, but Latterly is free. So right there. Open source, it's not only free, it's better than free, it's open source. So like you can go to Codecademy. Codecademy is free, but it's not open source, right? Well, at least they have some free courses. They also have some paid courses. Mine is open source and free, so it's actually better than free. Anyway, I digress. So this is looking good. User model looks good. I see no diffs over here. What happened to the token type? Did we drop token type? Command F, Command V. So it dropped token type. That is a huge miss. I need that token type. If you're going to use the code interpreter, it seems like you need to keep a sharp eye out, as always, for your LLM tools. Imagine if I ran this database schema update without paying close attention. It would have dropped an enumeration from my database. So that's extremely dangerous. Also, this one would break authentication if this got dropped out of my database. Now, please don't tell me, hey, John, your authentication isn't working right now anyway. I know. Audrey says, sup. What's up, Audrey? Thanks for being here. So Audrey's on YouTube. If you're one of the 87 people on TikTok, 88. I'd encourage you also to go over to YouTube. You can see the full screen over there. Vassal says, where is your list of enums? This is the only value. Reset password is the only value for token type. Do you think it's worth to go to university for a CS degree with AI advancing so rapidly? The answer is very often yes, but not always. So it's going to depend on your personal factors and your personal background. That's why these one-on-one consultations exist. So latterly.io, you can book an expert session with me, and I will give you tailored advice for your personal situation But if you do want the broad advice is that yes, the college degree is still a good idea in general, but that doesn't mean like everyone needs a college degree. We need a little bit of nuance in the world to distinguish between those two, right? Payments here looks like it got dropped out of my database. Yo, so as much as I love this code compiler, if I took it literally and I didn't review it, it would have wrecked my database. That's not good. Here's the payments here, enum. So let's resuscitate it. Oh, Audrey, that's super nice. So Audrey says, recommend sesh with John, 10 out of 10. Super nice. Otherwise, it looks good. Cool. So the main two things I was wishing to accomplish, it succeeded with. That is, it created a supermodel of the user properties, and it also appended the non-conflicted models. It did all of that. Unfortunately, it unintentionally dropped some of my models, but since I've restored them, we're good to go. Is JavaScript a good starter learning language? Absolutely, yes. It is the best one. I totally recommend that you start with JavaScript. Now, if you end up hating it, first of all, don't be surprised. And second of all, that doesn't mean you're bad at coding. There are other options, and they're very different. You can try them all out, but that is the one that I would start with. Okay, so this model update is looking good to me. I might reorder the properties on the user model. Let's see if it updated that. It updated it inside of the zip file. I don't know if I love it or hate it. Okay, so it gave me the script that would allow the properties to be reordered, which is kind of cool. Wow, this is pretty cool, man. It's manipulating the zip folder literally. Okay, so as cool as that is, I don't want it to do that. I just want the user object specifically. So provide the user object DSL for Prisma in text literal format with properties alphabetically ordered. So now that I'm specifying text literal format, don't give me a zip folder. Welcome to Donkaroo says, it's like Frankencode. Yeah, it really is. Audrey says, hate jQuery more. I heard it and I agree. Okay, so this is what I want. It's really weird that it keeps telling me that it's Kotlin. It's not Kotlin, it's Prisma, but cool. Oh man, no, the properties are not ordered alphabetically. In this text block, you provide the property subscription change prior to ID, which violates alphabetical ordering. Let's see if it can fix itself. Vassal says, architecture of apps on these languages are similar. All you need to understand how language works. Yep, I pretty much agree. Mackenzie says, how about C programming? C, they call it C because it's third best. So it doesn't fail. It's just not a good idea. Overflow developer survey. Most popular languages. Would you like to learn, if you're trying to land a job, if you think about supply and demand in the programming market, would you like to learn JavaScript, which is the #1 programming language, or HTML? Or would you like to go down here to C, which is known by about 17% of programmers? The answer is you want the popular one. I think there's a misconception that some people have. The misconception is if I do this thing that's very rare, I'm going to have niche and high value skills, right? Isn't that how supply and demand works? That if the supply is lower, the price is higher? That is how it works, but that's not how it works if you want to get a job. How it works is you want to look at the number of jobs available and you want to enter the pool that's least competitive. C is not it. By the way, those 17% of people that know C, a lot of them are very senior. So if you're picking one of these niche fields, you're going to be a junior that's jumping into like a fight with seniors, which is like not smart. It's like not smart. So the language that you want to learn is JavaScript. And if you say, man, I really, really hate JavaScript, then you can go, first of all, I would encourage you to try out TypeScript after that. And then if you go, man, I still hate TypeScript, okay, then you can try out Python, and then you can try out Java. And I got to tell you, I suggest 3 strikes and you're out. If you try JavaScript, Python, TypeScript, and Java, and if you don't like programming with any of them, I suspect you're probably just going to not like programming. That would be my take. So no, I don't recommend C in general. Now, if you already know C, great. I mean, that's cool. You can get a job, but it's harder to learn. There are more concepts like memory management you're going to have to deal with. You run into strange, hard to debug errors, memory leaks that are non-detectable. Where's OCaml? That is the question, right? It vanished. So here's C jobs is at 7,800. Let's see if these are actually relevant. If I go over here, GCC, it looks like it's relevant. CUDA, C, C++. Now notice they say Python, C, and C++. So I guess experience with any of these would count. I'm here to tell you, Python is so much easier than C. So C would qualify you for this job, but it doesn't make it a better choice than Python in this case. And as a new junior person trying to learn, Python is going to be a lot easier. How about this full stack developer role right here? 4 to 6 years. Application programming language such as Java or C#, Angular, and React experience required, not optional. So this is a case where they're saying, if you know C, actually if you know C#, that's going to be icing on the cake. Here it is. They're basically saying like any of these languages, .NET, SQL, JavaScript, but what is required is AngularJS and React.js. So again, I mean, if you started with JavaScript, you would be eligible for this job. Now, after knowing Java, if you also knew C, you'll have an edge in the application pipeline, won't you? Yeah, I think so. But one of those is going to be a lot easier for you to learn, and that's JavaScript. Okay, so we got the 7,800 right here. Now let's say JavaScript. By the way, it's only 3,700. I also don't recommend that you just learn JavaScript. So I recommend you learn, and this is where it indeed starts to fail us because the Boolean search doesn't work. But I'm going to say JavaScript or TypeScript or AngularJS or React.
Daddy, I love you, Dad. Hi.
Hi, love you.
And why did I move your drum?
Why did I move my drum?
Yeah.
I didn't know that I did move my drum. Yeah, so I don't know. Basically, I don't trust Indeed search at this point. So it's saying that like all of these, there's only 4,000, but C, there is the bigger number. And then if you compare that to the developer survey, it's like inverse numbers. I think the Boolean search here doesn't work. And I also think that searching for the letter C is somehow problematic in a way that I don't understand. I hope it's literally not just looking for the letter C. What's going on with this crunch data? The C is like de-emphasized. Python developer. Yeah, this is a Python developer role. I don't know. Why is this showing up for when I search for C? What if I say C jobs minus Python? Does this work? Minus JavaScript. Number went down a little bit. Oh, you could be a plumbing drain technician. Yeah, I just don't trust Indeed jobs. Let's go to LinkedIn jobs. LinkedIn jobs, or maybe Google job search. What do you think AI will reduce coding jobs? Nope, no, I don't. AI helps us. It doesn't replace us. Lead, so, okay, whatever. I want to actually do a search. These are the suggested searches. I want to do a new custom search. Search by skill, title, skill, or company. So let's search for Python. Okay, and in these job search results, and so this says 215,000 results. There is a location difference. I think I was just like looking in Virginia in the other case on Indeed. I'm not sure about that. But this is definitely nationwide because we can see here's South Carolina, here's Connecticut, here's Oklahoma. And do I see the word Python actually showing up in the job search, in the job description? No, I don't see it here either. Like, what's going on with these things? This is talking about AutoCAD. Wow. Can I get a job search tool that works, please? We can try the Google job search. The problem is that there's it's missing a bunch of jobs, basically. Google job search, so the search syntax works better, but it's missing a bunch of jobs, and you also lose out on this easy apply button that we really, really want. Look at what Google or LinkedIn says. 6 of 10 skills match your profile. You may be a good fit. That's true. So if you have 6 out of 10 skills that a job description is talking about, go ahead and apply. Don't be one of these people that thinks that you need 10 out of 10 of the skills. You don't. Okay, this says Python. Maybe because it's promoted that it got to skip the word Python or something. You have understanding JavaScript, React.js. Isn't this hilarious? JavaScript and React.js are so common that I literally search for Python jobs, and it's saying we want you to know Python, we want you to know React.js and JavaScript. How do these search tools work, bro? This is so wild to me. It says front end. Python is not front end. It doesn't say, oh, these are my skills. Okay, I just haven't updated my skills to include a bunch of other stuff that they care about. Actually, that is a pro tip, right? Did you see that? So over here, I can go to, how did I find that, bro? Skills, and now you can see the literal skills that employers are looking for. Who'd have thought that they're looking for hooks? Yeah, I know all about hooks. I just didn't think that that's a word that I should put in skills because I didn't think that employers knew what that was. So they're actually looking for hook skill. That's funny. Can you look for OCaml? Nah, we're gonna swerve on that. Good idea though. Okay, let's get back to like things that we were here to do. So we merged this. I apologize, you're correct. Here it is sorted alphabetically. Ooh, okay. So it seems to have screwed it up again there, but then it says, I realize there is still a mistake. That is cool. It double checked itself somehow. Here's the corrected version. C, E, F, G, H, I. Yes, we love to see it. I'm giving a high rating to the code interpreter. It's doing a very good job. It does require micromanagement, but it's still doing a very good job. And definitely, like, I haven't seen a different AI tool do a better job, right? The only thing I'm comparing this to is that it's not better than a lot of humans I know. Let's run through the properties again just to make sure it didn't drop any of them. ID, I, U. There's the U down there. C, C. Stefan says, I still want to try, but no GPT plus access. It's a hard life, bro. Yeah. I couldn't use the regular GPT. It doesn't help me very much. For someone more junior, it would. There's data on this that it helps juniors more than seniors, basically. At my level, I just don't end up really even saving much time. Okay, all the properties are there. I don't even saving much time because it gets, I don't know, 20, 30% of the questions I ask it wrong on the free model, and that's like way too much. I have to go double check it and stuff, and it's like I should have just written it myself, is how I feel about the free model personally. All right, so here I'm going to check out the other branch, get remote list. Do you think you made more money with GPT Plus than you spent on it? Definitely not. No one's sending me money. How would I be earning money? Y'all can go sign up if you want to. Basically, no one does, but we're going to do a Laterally in real life event this year. Where is it? IRL. So y'all should sign up at the 30 a month, and you can go to the Laterally in real life and get some free food and stuff later this year. Probably going to be Florida, although if I have like 10 people sign up and they all want to do Texas, maybe we'll do Texas instead. Okay. So I haven't really made any money, but it saved me a ton of time. And you can run an economic calculation if you want and turn that time into dollars. So dollars in your pocket versus dollars that you know, dollar equivalent time. It's definitely saved me in dollar equivalent time if you want to run the math that way. And what I would like to do is pick up the branch name that is transcribe shorts, copied it. Going to get fetch origin transcribe shorts, get checkout transcribe shorts. Okay. Here I will stage and I will get commit -m. This is a feature that is schema merge rect, which is actually unrelated to the current feature branch that I'm working on. So this is like not an ideal developer practice, but whatever. Shiba Inu Crypto says, remember, boys and girls, if it is infinite, it is a loop. Big if true. All right, so we'll pull. That should merge in. Already up to date. Cool. So then in that case, let's push. And I should be able to check on GitHub that I pushed a second commit. Commit 1, commit 2, schema merge rect right now. Cool, so that worked. I'm gonna go for the database fix, which I think, as much as like I wanna fix the transcriber, I think the database fix is more urgent. So let's switch over to that. Here we are in the Supabase dashboard. We're to do with the project called Laterally. No? Yeah, so Laterally is paused. Let's restore it. So that would definitely have screwed things up. So this is a free tier on Supabase. Because it's a free tier, if it goes inactive for a week, Supabase automatically pauses it. By the way, if I think it would only take like 10 people to sign up at this as little as $1 a month tier, I would be able to leave the free tier Supabase and have an always up database, which would improve your experience as the user. So I just want to emphasize the point. Getting signups here is not about me making money. Like, you really think I'm making money off of this? Like, you should see my TC, bro. This is nothing. This is getting the company to pay for itself and unlock features for you, the community. So, you know, 10 people here or one really cool person here, and I'll give you a shout out, recognition through a banner on the website. If you do $30 a month, I will put your username like right here. Whatever you want, just let me know. What programming language for backend? I recommend JavaScript and TypeScript as well. Python does compete in that space, and there's a bunch of good options. Java's really great. Kotlin is fantastic. I love it. But those are things I would recommend you learn later. If you want to get your first programming role, I don't recommend you be a backend engineer. Y'all, trust the data, trust the numbers. Let's go back to the Stack Overflow developer survey. There's such a bunch of people like teaching that you should be a back-end engineer. It doesn't compute for me. Like, I don't know where they're coming up with that curriculum strategy. Ooh, this is really cool. This is not what we should talk about right now, but like, I should do a video on this chart right here, which is a really cool chart. or maybe this chart, which is also a really cool chart. What I want to look is the job title. Developer profile, developer roles. Look at this. Yeah, if you're one of these people who's like, back end is better than front end, ooh, okay. This is missing so many variables, but in a sense, I guess you have the point. The bigger point is you should do full stack. Why are you saying 18 is bigger than 7 when you could be saying 33 plus 17 plus 7? So you should be doing full stack. In newsflash, there is no such thing as full stack Python. It doesn't exist. There's only one full stack language. That is JavaScript. Okay, I kind of lied. You can say TypeScript if you consider it to be a distinct language, which it technically kind of is. But if you want to learn TypeScript, you should learn JavaScript, which will enable you to learn TypeScript. So really, there's one starting point. It's very, very clear. It's JavaScript, in my opinion. Hashtag #InRant. What website is that? This is Stack Overflow. This is the Stack Overflow Developer Survey. These are the results from 2023. I assure you they are not novel results. You can go to 2021. Stack, like, pick your year. It's always been JavaScript. Top paying technologies. Don't look at this because this is going to mislead you because this is a supply and demand game. So these are very high paid skills, but there are very few jobs available for them. That is not where you want to go as a junior. You can go there as a senior. So you get, okay, I'll be right there. You get your foot in the door as a junior and then you specialize later and get these bigger numbers. That's fine. So don't be misled into just picking the highest salary. You want risk adjusted, which means you want to go for jobs available. Where's the languages on this one? Technology, most popular among professional developers, and it's JavaScript, right? And this is from, I just went back to 2021, but pick your year. It doesn't matter. What can juniors do to differentiate ourselves when breaking into tech? Oh, y'all. I love the question. Drop this question on one of my videos. I'm wrapping up the stream for today. My wife told me we got to go get some food, and I'm hungry anyway. I love you all. Thank you so much for being here. Mackenzie says, I'm an Erlang programmer, but yeah, we've had a lot of layoffs at my employer. Erlang is super cool. It's super cool, but I wouldn't recommend it for your first language as a junior. Again, if you are a mid-level or a senior and you want to pick up Erlang, go for it. There's a lot of things to like about Erlang. But where is it on this list? It's 0.87% of the jobs. Mackenzie says, yeah, I'm 15 years in. Hey, thanks for being here. It's so great to see you. I'm going to give you a quick follow if you don't mind. Oh, you're a Quaker. That's awesome. Sorry, I don't mean to put you on the spot like that. That's awesome, though. Okay, that's going to be it for today's stream, y'all. If I didn't get to your question, drop it on one of my videos. I'll do my best to get back to you. And again, quick reminder, this is part of a YouTube video series. So I encourage you to go over to YouTube, subscribe to my YouTube, and then this would be the Building Latterly. Let me see if I can find it. Building Latterly playlist. And so you can see today's stream saved on here. It'll be added at the end and a bunch of other context as well. I checked out the Claude LLM recently, for example, integrated Stripe, totally open source and free. All right, y'all. Did you write AI? No, I didn't write AI. I was using AI to do this. Stefan says, just join Latterly platform. Ritik says, bye-bye, John. See you, Ritik. Oh, does that mean that the database restore worked? So we tried to restore. Before I log off, this will be a great end note. So let me go to latterly.io. See if I can log in now. Those credentials are invalid. That's okay because it means the DB is up. Gang, gang. All right, so the database is back up. So you can go sign up for free. There's a free tier. And then if you want a lot more benefits, it's as little as $1 a month. So, and then if you want even more benefits, you can do 30 a month. And I'll put your name like right there, right in the middle. You can also book a call with me for personalized advice. Here is the free standard checklist, how to land a job. And if you pay as little as $1 a month, there's an advanced checklist with even more detail. Okay, thanks for being here.